Yo, my name's Celty. I like Pokemon. This is my favorite. This is Deoxys. Deoxys has 4 forms. Wait, not yet. 3 for now, represented by hilarious eBay listings. Attack form. Highest attack speed in all of Pokemon. Only available in Pokemon Fire Red in 2004. Other notable things about attack form Deoxys. PSA is smoking straight crack. That is a $9 card, 30 in a PSA 10. It is a consignment card. I literally own one of those cards. It's not that rare, PSA. Normal form. Available on release. Pokemon Sapphire, Pokemon Ruby, Pokemon Coliseum, Pokemon Gale of Darkness XD. Normal form gets the normal lore. A space virus that underwent a lot of mutations over the years. Now a relic of the past. Why Deoxys actually sucked back then. Exclusive promo Pokemon. So exclusive, I want to show you something before we get to the other forms. Just look at these versions of the same card. This is the Meiji Deoxys, available in Chocolate Snacks, Japan, 2004. This is the Destiny Deoxys, available in certain VHS and DVD copies of Destiny Deoxys, USA, 2005. This is the extremely obscure and extremely rare German McDonald's Deoxys, available as a promo card at participating German McDonald's weeks before Pokemon Day. Hence its stamp. This card is so rare, so far this is the only photo and eBay listing for it. Pretty rad. This fucker is the 1 of 50 Stadium Challenge Deoxys, available at a short-lived Pokemon Stadium Challenge in Vienna, Austria. It's in English. Defense form. Available on release in Pokemon Leaf Green. Let's dwell on that for a sec. A 3rd-gen alien virus capable of mutating into different forms got 2 exclusive versions in the Gen 1 remasters for Game Boy SP. Also the highest defense stat in Pokemon. So, we've covered Deoxys V1. What now? We get to finally talk about the title. Is Deoxys really a failed Pokemon, dude? Yes. And while I love my small little guy, here's my reasonings for the first version being called V1. First off, this is Deoxys 2004 through 2008-ish. Here's what being a Deoxys fan for over 20 years got me. Weird looks, concerned glares, audacious opinions, Rayquaza taunting, weird promotional cards worth their little weight in cardboard. Laid. Here's why that happened. Destiny Deoxys and Deoxys EX expansion. Pokemon movies, especially in the first 5 gens, were sick as all hell. Let's gloss over what we need to establish the timeline. First gen's Mewtwo vs. Mew, aka Mewtwo Strikes Back. A first gen hybrid of the 2000 movie. Gen 1 Birds and Gen 2 Lugia. Pokemon the Movie 3, a pure 2nd gen film now. Celebi's movie, still Gen 2, 2 out of 2 on Gen 2, 1 out of 1 on Gen 1. I did not space these correctly when making this video, so on the next panel I'm actually going to be talking about Gen 2's final movie. And finally, Gen 3's first release, decent flick, but we're talking about the next one. This movie failed Deoxys so badly that we don't talk about this Pokemon anymore. Here's why. Whenever I go to a local card store and ask for a Deoxys card, or ask the local resellers at Target, what's hanging, old man? They don't want to talk about history with me. Only pull rates, SIR, SAR, Japanese alt promos, sealed investments. I'm fucking sick of it, man. I'm sick of it. They don't want to talk about Deoxys. They'll talk about Umbreon, Charizard, Pikachu, the Candle Starters, Gengar, Team Rocket. But alas, I wasn't 15 in the 90s or care about base set Shadowless Zards. So I care about the lore, the world building. F***ing God, Pokemon! Sorry I'm not a Kanto scalper, you degen. God, I hate resellers, man! God, I'm pissed off. Where's that Deoxys PNG? Make him bigger! Perfect! So as you can see, Deoxys gets a decent amount of not hate, not love, but overwhelming. Why? Pokemon fans alike treat the humble Deoxys fan like a kid fresh into Pokemon. You'll find a better one, or Rayquaza's better. Look at him dead in those eyes and tell me I want to pick Umbreon over him. That's what it feels like to love an obscure Pokemon that isn't popular. Old heads know what's up, hence old Deoxys prices. God. This is the moment it all goes to sh**. This scene ruined Deoxys as a Pokemon by accident so hard, you wouldn't believe what they did next with Deoxys. Matter of fact, this scene killed Deoxys' dreams so hard, let's go to the TCG real fast. EX Deoxys was released in North America Valentine's Day 2005. Look at the name. Let's bring back Deoxys. Not that one, but good choice. Okay, take it off. Sick. Look at the name. Let's bring back Deoxys. Its name is Deoxys, yeah? It's the namesake of the expansion and movie. It was so important of a Pokemon back then, it had to be so uber exclusive, so elusive, that it could only be muttered on Sacred Recess asphalt as he rolled for Bakugan, as things like jobs and taxes didn't exist. Especially in Pokemon now. Why is Rayquaza the top pull of this Pokemon's namesake expansion? And don't you dare say Rayquaza better, though. This man got the movie and the expansion. It's not called Destiny Rayquaza or EX Rayquaza. He hyper beamed Deoxys so hard, the last time we saw Deoxys before Crown Zenith was Plasma Freeze in 2013! But dude, as Deoxys makes more noises. He got a tag team with Espeon in the team. That is a 2 Pokemon card. People buy it for the evolution on it. The alt art is a super rare promo like the other ones I have. I will buy it because it's Deoxys, not Espeon. It looks like Deoxys owns a pet cat on that card, okay? The promo is what everyone wants anyway. It does not count, especially not at current prices. So now that we have discussed the legacy of Deoxys to a T, let's talk V2 Deoxys, aka Redacted Space Alien. Because it starts in Gen 4, this is what I deem Deoxys' true failure. One that only a love for specific Pokemon for over 2 decades could muster and uncover. This is Gen 4. Games: Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. Villains: Team Galactic, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Cyrus. Mars, the lowest ranked of the commanders based on NPC appearance and level. Owns a Perugly and a Toxicroak mainly. She looks a little blurry, so let's improve on that.
Nice.
This is official art. It comes from this book. Diamond and Pearl Adventure, Volume 3. This is the back. This book opens up a whole new Deoxys, one we never acknowledged or heard from ever again. Why was Mars on the back? Well, let's look at the table of contents first. Establishing what is in here is paramount. Side note, manga Mars is weird, anime Mars is hot, game Mars is weird hot. Okay, let's get back to Gen 4 and its Deoxys. Back to the manga, then we'll get back to the games. Trust me, this one is a slow burn. I checked out the exact same copy I read from my local library as a Gen 4 weirdo, not only to get skull slammed by nostalgia of a simpler time, but to give you guys some seriously rare and important Pokemon history. It's not on Internet Archive fully. Team Galactic, specifically Mars, has encountered a deoxys. They don't mention this at all in the game from my knowledge, so no spoilers. But a Drifloon gets popped by a Murkrow. Drifloons do explode, but whoa, Pokemon, in the Deoxys saga? This is like Kojima levels of powerful, Nintendo. This is like the Weavile card. I didn't know you were chill like that, Pokemon. Way to cater to the older fans. Also, the main character, Dia, assuming short for Diamond, because of course, is like top 100 power level in manga and anime. Dude took a Deoxys head on. No worries, no confusion, just straight hands with a Pokemon, who is a demigod essentially. Pokemon, this is children's stuff, man. After a battle, we shake hands. Excuse me? This would be even better if I said some weird shit, like Commander Mars gets her nose picked by one of the greatest fighters in all of Pokemon lore in the Deoxys saga of the Gen 4's lore books. And be right about it. Deoxys should be the best in all of Pokemon, and he got wrecked by a 12-year-old, witnessed by the failure of Team Galactic. He's a failure! Everything makes sense in threes. I have one more to cement Deoxys' legacy as the failure of Pokemon. Let's go through the first two. He got relegated to the Pokemon on the EX Deoxys sealed boxes that the Gold Latios and the Gold Star Rayquaza is from. He confronted Commander Mars in the manga, where the star of the show is the greatest fighter this world has ever seen, squares up with him, and loses while Mars learns about the wonders of friendship. And finally, the unknown beef between Deoxys and Darkrai for the Gen 4 mythical spot. This one is the farthest stretching one. One that can only be teased out with, actually, in the comments proving me wrong. The bait is set. Time to reel it in. So far, it's been other media and TCG, and I'm waiting for someone to say, well, Deoxys was a VCG heavyweight. Bait hooked. Deoxys so far has been obscure promo alien. Well, let's go to Bulbapedia and look at the ways to obtain Deoxys in the video games. Gen 3, exclusive forms and exclusive versions. Remastered gave us all of them, shinies included. If we go to Cerebi, bait's still reeling in, don't worry. Here's what I mean. The Aurora ticket was event only, so even if you got the exclusive ticket from an event, your forms were version locked for that extra exclusive promotional material. If we go back to Bulbapedia, we get what I mean. I had 8 chances to get a Deoxys legit in my life, and I lived nowhere near any of the listed events. One American release stands out. The GameStop Deoxys. The flyer for this Deoxys was mistakenly advertised as Darkrai. Darkrai is Gen 4's mythical, the Dream Eater. Deoxys is Gen 3's mythical, the Space Alien! Darkrai is Deoxys' final failure. The Space generation leaves behind its dream Pokemon for a Dream Eater, because he was already in the 3rd gen. Besides, people care more about Charizard and Pikachu. Who cares about Deoxys? I do. Without him, I don't get to explain how much Pokemon will turn against its own self to make ends meet. Deoxys a gen early? Oh, dude, let's give Sinnoh's 3rd legendary the Pokemon equivalent of hell and put God in it. Deoxys got a few promos during Platinum and onward. He got the manga. He got the... Not having the Space Alien for the Space Gen is a failure! Darkrai and Giratina added 2 complex of themes in Gen 4, and Deoxys got whisked away to supporting manga, so the creators didn't leave him neglected. If you're a Deoxys fan, you may have read these. If you exist. Why is Deoxys my favorite Pokemon? Why not a more normal Pokemon like Umbreon or Pikachu? Congrats, you have been officially reeled to the top. Bait hooked and all. Deoxys tells a multi-generational story arc that only a multi-generational Pokemon fan could witness and hold dear as sacred knowledge. Stuff I was bullied for and teased relentlessly as much as today as I did as a kid. But the older fans scalp history for profit, and the younger gen not experiencing this history and getting depressed FOMO, please don't. I was bullied out of 4th gen when 5th gen came, because Pokemon was kid stuff, and then came back into 6th. I was bullied out hype beast-wise the second time. Here I am after the second time, and it's time to be waving that deoxys flag. And before you go buying deoxys for your collection, because he might be worth more one day because of the history, he's no better than a Larvesta or Absol, a remnant of an earlier time in Pokemon that's over a decade old now. He's worthless to the average Pokemon fan. His prices won't go up. He's not worth it to you guys for the last few years. Don't be a fake deoxys fan. Hence why I'm making this video. There's one last form I never mentioned. Well, you made it this far. Speed form. Available in Pokemon Emerald on release. Exclusive form. Highest base speed in Pokemon. The final form. Thank you for watching.